I had just returned from a weekend trip when I received a frantic call from my neighbor about unusual activity near my ranch. Apparently, Karen, the notorious HOA president, had organized a group of HOA members to sneak onto my property while I was away. Her goal? To take over sections of my land, claiming they were community extensions for the neighborhood. Couldn't believe it. I immediately checked the live feed from my ranch cameras and saw them walking across my fields, marking boundaries, and even trying to unlock gates. My blood boiled. These people had zero idea who they were dealing with. I grabbed my laptop and accessed my legal documents. Every inch of that land was under my name, recorded and filed with the county. The moment I confronted Karen over the phone, she tried to argue that the HOA had some sort of rights. I cut her off calmly. "You're trespassing. Every step you take is illegal. Leave now or face the consequences." Not willing to take chances, I initiated a lockdown of all access points to my ranch. Gates that looked ordinary from the outside were remotely secured with reinforced locks, and the paths they might try to use were blocked by temporary, yet immovable barriers. Within minutes, their attempts to advance onto my property were halted. Karen, realizing that her plan was unraveling, called 911, hoping to get law enforcement on her side. What she didn't know was that I had a direct line to the local sheriff, who knew the history between me and Karen. When the sheriff arrived, he confirmed my ownership and escorted the HOA members off the property. Karen protested, trying to claim harassment, but the documentation of her trespass was irrefutable. I watched as she left, fuming and red-faced, her calls for help ignored. That night, I walked through my ranch, checking every perimeter and gate, ensuring that no one else could attempt a similar stunt. The next morning, I posted official signs around the property, stating the legal boundaries and warning of strict trespassing consequences. Karen's attempts to intimidate me had only solidified my control. Her HOA members were shaken, and I received apologies from neighbors who had unknowingly supported her plan. In the end, not only did I protect my land, but I also taught Karen a lesson in respecting property rights. Over the next few weeks, I took further action. I upgraded my security system with motion sensors, cameras, and remote monitoring, ensuring no one could enter without my knowledge. I also consulted with my attorney to file an injunction preventing Karen and the HOA from ever stepping onto my property again without prior written consent. Meanwhile, I spread awareness among the neighborhood, explaining my legal ownership and the trespassing laws, so no one else would be misled by Karen's schemes. One afternoon, I received a call from a local news station, wanting to cover the story. I agreed, knowing it would expose Karen's audacity and protect my rights. The footage showed Karen attempting to walk onto my property, being stopped by law enforcement, and her frustrated reaction as the sheriff explained my ownership. The segment went viral locally, cementing my reputation as someone who would fiercely protect what's legally theirs. Despite the chaos, I remained calm. I knew that patience, documentation, and strategy were more powerful than anger. Over time, Karen's credibility plummeted. HOA members who once followed her blindly began questioning her leadership. She attempted to retaliate with lawsuits, but my legal team had every precaution covered. Property deeds, video evidence, and multiple witness statements from neighbors and law enforcement. Every attempt she made to intimidate or challenge me failed spectacularly. By the end of the year, my ranch was safer, my boundaries respected, and Karen's influence effectively destroyed. I hosted a small gathering for neighbors on my land to celebrate the restored peace and demonstrate that legal ownership and vigilance could protect against even the boldest trespassers. Karen, of course, was not invited. Her attempts to control or manipulate the neighborhood ended, and she quietly disappeared from local headlines, a cautionary tale for anyone who thought they could overstep legal boundaries. In retrospect, the experience was exhausting but empowering. It reinforced the importance of knowing your rights, staying prepared, and acting decisively. Karen may have underestimated me, but I had a clear advantage: preparation, knowledge, and the unwavering determination to defend my property. From that day forward, my ranch remained a sanctuary, fully under my control, a fortress against any future intrusions, and a testament to what happens when someone tries to trespass on land that isn't theirs. The lesson was clear. No matter how audacious the trespass, knowledge of the law, strategic action, and patience turn even the boldest intruders into cautionary tales. Karen's attempt to steal my ranch not only failed spectacularly but also strengthened my standing in the community. I had protected my legacy, my property, and my peace of mind, and nothing could change that.